Whoa, it's Wednesday already. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It's Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA. How's the team today?
Word up, bro.
Right on. Yeah, fantastic. Good. I'm glad you guys are doing well on a Wednesday morning. Yeah, might as well. We might as well. I mean, we got to do it anyway, right?
That doesn't sound positive. And
Well,
you're the positive one.
I am being very positive.
We got to do it anyways? That's something I would say.
We got to be here anyway. We might as well enjoy ourselves. Is
Okay.
kind of what
All
I
right.
meant.
All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, we don't really got to be here. We choose to be here, and I like being here. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, no, I have to be here. It's my job. I have to harass Trip.
Right. It is your job.
required.
One of your 3 or 4 jobs. And, you know, this is the most important hour of my day.
It's the only
This
hour
is
of your
it.
day.
I thought golfing was. But
Well, there is that. There is
See?
that this afternoon. Hopefully the rain won't screw that plan up for me. Tell me, are we going to have a big thunderstorm this afternoon?
well, right now we're looking at about 50% chance of thunderstorms this afternoon.
Right. Scattered, though, right?
So it's always going to be scattered with the
Yep.
monsoons.
Yep.
So no matter what. Now I'm going to ask, the low is going to be 65.
Okay.
But did you get rain at your house last night?
Yes, I got
It
rain.
poured yesterday at the house for about 20 minutes. I got my rain gauge out.
Yeah, how much?
0.21
Nice.
in 20 minutes.
That's
almost
amazing.
a quarter of an inch in 20 minutes. So that was impressive.
Yes.
And then when it stopped, it was like somebody just turned the faucet off.
Yep,
It was
yep.
like absolutely raining, and then it just stopped.
I know, right?
Just amazing, the weather.
Is that because the cloud was empty or because it moved?
I'm going to say because it moved.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I
Because
got my
other
money
people
on.
got it down the road.
Right.
And, Prescott Valley got hammered.
Yes.
They
yes.
got hammered. There was people that got like an inch of rain.
Right.
In less than an hour.
I didn't have a ton of wind with my rain, did you? It wasn't
No.
really. The storm was threatening, the big clouds, the thunder in the distance, the lightning flashing the sky. It was moving towards my house, and then when it got to my house, it was just a nice little rain storm.
Well, if we really knew how the weather worked, we'd probably be better off in the world, but oh well.
We would have nothing to talk about.
If you don't like the weather, just wait 20 minutes.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yeah, my buddy in Prescott Valley, Chris, got hammered with hail. He said it looked like it snowed.
Yeah?
But it was hail.
Holy cow. Yeah, that hail can stay away from my house. Not a big
And
fan.
the cars.
Yeah, not a
And
big
all the
fan.
other stuff.
Exactly. Well, this is funny. I think it's funny. But yesterday I wanted to go to the Home Depot with that storm looming. I wanted to go get some plants and stuff. So I needed to take the Grand Cherokee, which, by the way, has not been out of the garage since it got detailed.
Oh, no.
Which has been how long? Over a month?
Couple weeks.
Oh, it's been at least a month.
Yeah. And yesterday I was like, do I take it out and risk? I mean, it's just so funny when you have a beautifully detailed car in your garage and you've got the monsoons and you have another car you can drive. It's like, oh, it just has to stay. So I did not take it out. I was like, nope, not going to do it. It was probably a good idea.
Took the work truck instead?
Yeah, I took I didn't go. I just stayed
You
home.
just stayed home?
Scott.
That's option 3, yeah.
Sent Scott out.
And then last night, Scott was like, if you'd like me to leave the Pathfinder for you. And I'm like, no, I have a car. This is silly.
And you told him you'd be ashamed to be seen in public in that vehicle.
In the Pathfinder,
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's so funny. Well, yeah, so golf tonight, and I'm very excited because I purchased something that I've never used before that I'm going to use tonight, and it is golf flip-flops.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a flask.
Oh, no, I've used that. I've used that several times.
Oh, well, no, you might have gotten a new one with that's like embroidered like Leza Live and golf. And
I have a Leza Live flask. Do you not know this about me?
Clearly not.
You have the coffee mug, but
I have the coffee mug. I didn't see the
I have
flask.
the flask. Well,
That is the coffee. That is the flask. The coffee.
Yeah, the coffee mug is the flask. Yeah.
Yours has a dual purpose.
Drew.
Dual purpose
Get
for
me in
sure.
trouble.
But no, I mean, the hardest part of golf is the golf shoes. I mean, they're hot, they're clunky, they're sweaty. And so I saw that this company called Zorus had come out with actual golf flip-flops. They're not sandals, they are flip-flops. And I got them in the mail. Why are you laughing?
I was just thinking, or what Mr. Santos calls thongs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a whole different thing.
That's a whole nother joke.
But
yeah.
so they've got these big spikes on the bottom of them, more spiky than my actual golf shoes. So I'm going to try them out tonight, and we'll see. We'll see if it helps. But I'm excited.
It just seems dangerous. Flip-flops
I
and
know.
spikes and
Yeah.
rain and
Yeah, and no ankle protection.
yes.
Yeah, I know.
Scott should be wearing steel-toe boots today,
Yeah, well,
just in case.
I think Scott will
And
be
then,
just
and,
fine.
and then you've got the cosmetic end of it. I'm sure you're going to need a pedicure because you can't have your flip-flops and not have your nails done,
Oh,
right?
the nails are always done.
Okay.
That's one of the things.
That's good.
That's one of the things you keep up with. Yeah.
Good.
So anyway, that's happening tonight. Hopefully, we won't get rained out. That is my hope. But you know what? If that's gonna be the reason, let it go. Let it go. Right? Hey, this is interesting, you guys. Today, August 7th, is the most dangerous day to drive. So be careful out there. I guess a dash cam company called Next Base crunched the numbers and found August 7th is the deadliest day on American roadways. They didn't explain why a random Wednesday in August is so dangerous, but it's based on data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. They also did a poll that found 62% of drivers feel like the roads are more dangerous than they were 5 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a definite.
That's a given.
Of those people, 2/3 said distracted driving is the thing they worry about most. 19% said other people's road rage. 7 said getting carjacked. And 4% said theft or break-ins. But distracted driving, you see it all the time. You're like either they're drunk or they're on their phone. And,
Or drunk and on their phone.
There is that too.
Yes.
There is that too.
I've seen that.
I hope not in your world, but yeah, I mean we've all
Not
we've all
today.
seen the distracted driver, and it's a definite problem. So today, be super careful out there, okay? Okay,
No promises.
I'm
I'll
just
do what
gonna-
I can,
Okay.
but I can't control other people.
you cannot control other people.
That's what keeps me from getting a motorcycle, by the way. I've
Yeah.
always wanted one
Yeah.
my whole life,
Yeah.
but it's because I don't trust other
No,
people.
no, that's what I
Sorry,
told my
Drew,
kids.
It's the truth.
No,
Yeah.
I don't trust them either.
Right. I told my kids when they were learning to drive, I said, I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the other guy. You have to be defensive. You have to always be watching out for the other guy to screw up. And don't trust them to stop at red. Don't trust them to not turn right in front of you or pull out right in front of you. Always be on the defense.
If you ride a motorcycle, you have to pretend you're Casper. You're
Yeah.
a ghost.
Yeah, nobody
sees
you.
And you're right next to somebody. They look at you,
Right.
and they'll just turn right in front of you.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So be super careful today. That's my
Absolutely.
public service announcement for you all. I heard the guys earlier talking about Snoop Dogg in the Olympics and how much he's making. Did you hear about that? Did you hear them talk about that?
$500,000 a day?
$500,000 a day.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with just 2 or 3 days. That'd be fine.
Right. Right. There.
Wouldn't work again, right?
I would never.
They say, including his bonuses, he's going to walk away making a cool $15 million for his time in Paris. Yeah, that is unbelievable. I mean, wow. And then you look at what the athletes, some of them can't afford, they have to work 2 jobs and can't afford their rent. And a couple of celebrities have stepped up and helped out these athletes. But
Sleeping in the parks.
sleeping in the parks, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that was bad.
It's tough out there, but we do have some Olympic highlights to talk about this morning.
Yeah.
With less than a week left of the Summer Olympics, Team USA finally passed China for the sole lead in gold yesterday. Women's wrestler Amit Elor dominated in her gold medal match, and we snagged 2 more golds in track and field. Underdog Cole Hawker won the men's 1,500-meter race. Did you see this race?
It was unbelievable.
Before
Watch the finish, yeah.
Before the race, they had one of those vignettes, if you will, a video vignette about the 2 guys that were expected to dominate this race, okay? And they talked about their rivalry, how ugly it is, how one guy is calling the other guy out. They're calling each other names, all this stuff. And then we watched the race, and our guy wins.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, he had to pass those 2 guys that they were talking about to get the gold, and he did it. Unbelievable underdog story. And then our American took the bronze in that race as well.
Yeah, he came, from 5th place to win it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, especially at a 1,500, that's incredible.
Right, and then he saw an opening, and he tried to get through, and the guy in the league boxed him out, and so he had to slow down. And then he saw another opening. He had to gear up again in that last, 50 yards?
If that, yeah.
100 meters, I don't know, and turned it on and won the race. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, I that was a total surprise for me. And, of course, Gabby Thomas won the women's 200 meter.
She spanked him.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
She spanked
She
him.
really did.
I
She
mean,
really did.
She turned the corner, and man, I'll tell you what, she hit overdrive, and she's gone.
Yeah, she was gone. And then an American took the bronze in that race as well.
Yeah.
So go USA. Let's see what else. We also grabbed a silver in women's hammer throw, a bronze in men's boxing, and 2 more bronze medals in track and field, the 2 I just talked about. We entered yesterday tied with China at 21 golds, but they only tacked on 1 more. So here's how the standings are as of yesterday, coming into today. USA in the lead with 24 golds, China 22, Australia 14, France 13, Great Britain 12. We also moved further ahead in the overall medal count with 86, and then China at 59. Pretty exciting stuff. I love it.
Team USA.
Go Team USA. I was so happy I was able to catch the primetime Paris at 6 last night instead of 8, which ended at 9, which is, that's so much better for me.
Yeah, it's on the Peacock, right?
It's on the Peacock.
Yeah.
Yep, very excited. Okay, so let's take a quick break and come back. I've got more to talk about, our daily designations. Coming up a little later on, we're going to have Kelly Tolbert in with her midweek weekend preview. And then we've got Hendo. Albert Hendricks, the director of Cheaper by the Dozen out at the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Center, coming in to talk about that show and the Arts Center out there in Prescott Valley as well. Straight ahead here on Leza Live. Right now, have you done it? I know I've asked you this every day for probably a week now, but you got to go to artfuleyejewelers.com. Somebody's going to win a $2,000 jewelry makeover. This is super, super fun. You take what you already have and you turn it into something that you love to wear again. You can upload your pictures of what you have and what you want at artfuleyejewelers.com. The lucky winner is going to be announced on August 31st, so get to artfuleyejewelers.com today and sign up for your chance to win. Master Jewelers Dave and Kevin do everything right there in their state-of-the-art workshop on Whiskey Row. Pretty cool that your jewelry is made right here in Prescott, Arizona, USA. Also, super cool, check out their Facebook and Instagram pages for before and after pics of what other people have done with their jewelry makeover, and sign up for your chance to win your own $2,000 jewelry makeover at artfuleyejewelers.com. And we're back. It's Leza live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA on a Wednesday morning. You're wondering, what's going on this weekend? I need to know. Well, Kelly Tolbert is coming up with her midweek weekend preview to share with us all the goings-ons coming up in just a bit. But first, we have some things we have to share. Today is National Beach Party Day.
We got all the beach, and we can party. We just don't have the ocean.
Oh, okay. Good point.
So we could do that here.
Good point. Yeah. Is it a coincidence that today is also National Sea Serpent Day?
Yeah, probably.
Because it is.
Gotta feed the sea serpent somehow.
It's basically commemorating the infamous sighting in 1848 of the 60-foot-long creature spotted in the South Atlantic by the crew of the British Navy's HMS Daedalus. And while you're at it, you can also raise a glass to Kraken, Ogopogo, and Leviathan.
Leviathan?
Yeah,
Leviathan. There we
Leviathan.
go.
Thank you.
I got the Leviathan one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was trying
yeah.
to figure out what was going on with the
Well,
Kraken.
you know the Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sea monster, the Kraken.
Yeah.
Unleash the Kraken. Isn't that from a movie? Movie
Yeah.
buff?
Oh yeah. It's,
What movie?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Between the two of us, we share one brain, and it works.
It does.
It
And then
works.
Drew has 3.
Drew has 3, and he just sits there shaking his head
He
at us
just knows-
trying to have a conversation.
He knows everything.
Did you know, Drew, that today is Purple Heart Day? It's a big day honoring the men and women of the U.S. military who were wounded in action and served with merit. Hats off and thank you to all of the
Absolutely.
Purple Heart men and women today and every day. I mean, in
Every
the
day.
U.S. of A., we honor them every day, all those in the military. And if we don't, we should.
Yep.
Yep, absolutely. So, did you hear about the earthquake? Southern Californians got a bit of a jolt last night just after 9 p.m. when a preliminary 5.3 magnitude earthquake struck near Bakersfield and shook all the way to L.A. County. Several more earthquakes followed the original with magnitudes ranging between 3.0 and 4.5. Social media was flooded with memes, mostly about how LA residents' emergency alert gave about a 30-second warning before the shaking started. That's pretty good.
Gives
Those
you enough
things-
time to hide.
I mean, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It'll wake you up from a dead sleep and say, what do I need to do?
Well, unless you're. Never mind.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, that alarm goes off. What do you think in here? Probably wildfire, huh?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, there, L.A., it could be anything.
You never know.
It could be anything.
Godzilla,
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kraken.
the Kraken.
Yeah.
Wake up and jump into the doorway.
Yeah, exactly. I grew up in Ogden, Utah, and we used to have earthquake drills where you'd have to get up and get under your little teeny tiny desk and pray for the best,
Like that's going to help when the roof falls in on you.
Exactly. Well, I guess it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you hear about this? A 911 operator in Tennessee had to walk a pregnant woman through her baby's delivery. This has got to be a woman's worst nightmare, one of them. I mean, I can't imagine. Over the phone, she did it. Emergency operator Caitlin Kramer got a call about a woman who was in labor, and that baby was not wasting any time. Get me out of here. The woman's friends were freaking out, but Caitlin kept calm. Even when the cord was wrapped around the baby's neck, she says this is the second time she's helped with a baby delivery over the phone.
That's wild.
Those 911 operators, they are a special breed. To be able to keep calm, I mean,
More importantly, to keep the people on the other end of the phone calm.
right.
I
You
mean,
can
you're
do
having
this.
A baby. Yeah. Well, hold on a second. Let me check.
Yeah. You can do this.
Yeah.
Breathe. I mean, how scary.
Yeah.
Do you think you have to be dead inside to do that? Like no showing of any emotions,
think
positive or
No.
negative?
Not dead. I think you just have to be really strong and really calm and
Discipline.
really good at what you do. Yeah, discipline. Good
You
word.
have to be disciplined and follow the plan.
Right.
Because they do have sheets. I do know that, Highway Patrol, those guys have a sheet. If there's something they can flip through and, very, very wonderful to have those people in the line.
Yes. There are so many jobs that take a special breed, and that is one of them. Teachers, another one. Nurses. Yep. I mean,
First responders,
right,
all that stuff.
right. Police officers, firefighters. Yeah, the list. It's very specific, and we love them all, and we appreciate them. Right, every single one of them.
Of course, every day,
Yep, every single day, every day. You ready for your daily do?
if we must.
Okay. So, is anybody else sensing a pattern here? A test run swim for the marathon. The swimming marathon was scheduled to take place in Paris yesterday, but it was given the boot over water quality issues. Why did they keep trying? I mean, it's been 100 years since the water quality was good enough to swim in. Why do they think the $1 billion they spent is going to clean it up?
For $1 billion, you could build a new pool
Right.
to swim as far as you want with $1 billion. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they could have done something. You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I find that offensive,
yeah.
especially for quote a civilized country like
Right.
France is supposed
Right.
to
Well,
be.
and I get it. If you've ever been to Paris, that river runs right through the city. It is iconic.
Been there,
I get
done
it.
that, got the T-shirt.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know if I want my Olympic swimmers.
No,
in
I
there.
do not. I do not want them in there. No.
I mean, you wouldn't have them do it in the Childs, right? You wouldn't
Right.
in Boston.
Right.
You wouldn't swim in the Hudson.
Right. What about the Chicago River? Do
Oh,
people
yeah.
swim in that thing?
Chicago River? No.
No. I mean, they said that there's like dead
Yeah,
bodies
there's
in
nasty
there.
stuff in there.
Yeah. Anyway, the triathlon mixed relay event was held in the river on Monday, with the United States taking home the silver. The marathon swimming events, which span about 6 miles, are supposed to take place on Thursday and Friday. They need to reroute those races.
Yeah, they need to do something.
Disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Matt, do you agree or do you disagree?
I don't know. I've never been to these places where.
Well, just think about swimming
like-
in a toilet. Or worse.
Well,
More
I
than
mean,
likely worse.
it's a toilet that hasn't been flushed, right?
They tried to flush it. $1 billion worth of flushing. Yeah.
Maybe they need to sneak it.
They need to do something, that's for sure. So anyway, hopefully, fingers crossed that they reroute those marathon swimming races. Don't they have lakes, freshwater lakes?
I'm sure they do. I just
Yeah.
don't know how close they are to Paris. And
Well, you know, they can always go down to the south of France, hop on a high-speed train, take those athletes down to the ocean,
Right.
and let them go. Let them do their thing.
I'm sure there's a way to do it, but who knows?
Yeah, nobody's asked me, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. Nobody's asked me the
Well,
solution.
They'd have to
How dare
figure
they.
out how to get the coverage. Not only that,
Right.
for the swimming, then you'd have to get the media down there
Well,
to cover it.
Yeah, but you
Hey,
know
you got
what?
$1 billion.
Well,
With
they've
$1 billion, you can do
they
something.
spent that. They spent the $1 billion. But you know, they're doing the surfing in Tahiti. It can be done.
Exactly.
Let the swimmers swim in Tahiti.
There
Perfect.
you go.
Come on, people.
Do the Ironman in Tahiti. That'd be, or not Ironman, triathlon.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
Absolutely. I saw a great meme on that. Just reminded me on Facebook. It was a woman in a swim cap, and she's carrying an iron, and she's older, and she's like, "I'm going to be in the Iron Woman competition in the Olympics."
Wow.
Ironing board. She's carrying an ironing board.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
All right.
screwed that one up. So this is funny. I'm surprised with this, but maybe not so much. Have you heard of the new doggy perfume? It is perfume specifically for your dog. Whether you should buy it or not is up for debate, but thanks to Dolce & Gabbana, it's an option. It's called Fifi. I don't know. I'm very tempted to check it out. Fifi. For
But
I
Bubba.
think they should have that cologne or perfume for the woman and man, and then for their dog, so you buy it so you smell the same as yourself.
Oh, I like that. You can spray your dog with, spray Bella with some Axe deodorant spray after you spray yourself.
Yeah,
That works.
Probably easier just to wash her, but it's okay.
I think it would throw Bubba's question of masculinity out the door even farther
Right.
if you sprayed him with something called Fifi.
Yeah, he
But that's
probably.
my thoughts.
Yeah, you know what though? He's so down for whatever I want. He's just like, whatever, mommy, I love you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is
That-
Bubba for sure.
If you missed that on video, that was amazing.
Yes.
So,
We'll have to play that back.
yeah, that's just fun for everybody. right
Highlight
there.
reel.
Yeah. So Fifi is the first scent developed specifically for pets, which is not true. I have this probiotic or prebiotic spray that I spray on Bubba in between washings, and it makes him smell nice, and it like does something for his skin. I don't know. So that's really not true. A bottle's going to set you back about $100. But it comes with a fancy collar and a 24-karat gold-plated paw charm.
Paw charm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only question is, where do you apply Fifi? You know, we put it behind the ears and on the wrists, but where do you put it?
All over.
All over.
Well, where
Yeah.
the dogs normally smell, that's probably where you'd probably put it.
Oh,
Their
back to
mouth.
You know who I could see wearing Fifi is our very own mascot here at
Oh,
KYCA, Dixie May. She is very fancy.
Oh, yeah. She's super fancy.
She's very fancy. She has a dress. She comes dressed to work every day, and she usually matches Mom. Lori Bennett, and she has different collars that match her outfits. And I think that Dixie Mae needs Fifi.
Well, Fifi might not be high enough quality for Dixie Mae.
That's a good point.
It might be
Because-
bottom of the barrel for her.
Yeah. I'm sure she already has
Chanel.
some sort of
Yeah, she
sense.
needs Chanel.
Yeah, Dolce and Gabbana. She'll stick her nose up in the air at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. All right, we should move on. We have another break that we need to take coming up. Kelly Tolbert with her midweek weekend preview, followed by Hendo, the director of Cheaper by the Dozen out at the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Center, going to be in as well here on Leza Live. All right, ladies, I hope you're feeling good. I hope you feel your best, but if you're not, you might be dealing with the effects of hormonal imbalance. And here's the good news. Prescott Women's Clinic has the solution with their bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It's natural and effective, and it helps you feel like yourself again. 2 locations in Prescott and Prescott Valley. Super easy to get started. You got to pick up the phone. You got to make an appointment first. 928-778-4300 is their number. You can learn more, and you can also make that appointment online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. And we'll be right back. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM, KYCA. Kelly Tolbert, our midweek weekend preview coordinator, or correspondent rather, is in to tell us what's going on. I like correspondent better because you're here to report on it. You're not really coordinating all these things. Or are you,
Right.
Kelly?
Just the list.
Just the list.
Yes.
Okay.
I come to report all the
Fantastic.
good happenings in the town.
Yes, we love it. We love that you do it. It looks like our list is it's not as big as last weekend.
It's kind of a slower weekend for August, I feel like, but we can't have it all, I guess.
Right,
You know,
right.
we have to keep a kind of a moderate pace to
Yes.
make it to the end of the year.
Exactly.
Because we are the Christmas city, so that we have
Yes.
a lot to live up to.
We're just ramping up for
and
that.
then we get the boot drop. So, I mean,
Right.
there's a lot.
Right, from the rodeo, we got to rest up for
That's right.
the
Labor Day
Christmas.
weekend.
Yeah.
And all the fun stuff going around the plaza and
Yes.
supporting our local shops in town.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, what is going on this weekend?
Well, since it is Wednesday, we have our Elks Theater free movie, Fantastic Fungi, and that's at 7 p.m. And that is donation based if you can, but
Right.
no requirement for that.
What is that film, Matt? Fantastic Fungi. Is that a
I have
documentary
never heard
on
of that.
fungus?
No, I've never heard of
Could
that
you
film.
please Google it and
Yes.
report to us after Kelly's report?
I would have looked into that, but I thought
Yeah.
Matt would have us covered.
See,
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's not one I'm familiar with. The
I'm not
Fantastic
Drew,
Fungi.
all right? You got to give me a break.
Google Master Drew.
Okay, yeah, Google Master Drew. Okay, so that's going on at 7 o'clock
7
tonight.
o'clock
Elks
tonight
Theater.
at the Elks, and then our Courthouse Plaza Summer Concert Series is back if weather permits. I did see that it had to be canceled last night, but we have Big Daddy D and the Dynamites to look forward
Oh.
to. They're always a fun time.
Tons of fun.
Bring your chair, all the good stuff, your friends. Put your feet up, listen to some
That's
great
right.
tunes by Big Daddy D and the Dynamites. And then also on Thursday starts the 36th Arizona Cowboy Poets Gathering at the Jim and Linda Lee Performance Hall over at
Yes.
Yavapai College.
This is a big deal.
Huge.
Yes. We had them on. They told us all about how wonderful this gathering is. And
I was able to listen to a little bit of that, and
It's
it's
pretty cool.
really fascinating what the progression of their event has been for the community over all
Yes.
these 36 years, which I feel like it's probably been 100, but it's
Right.
only been 36.
Yeah,
so
which is quite a feat in itself.
that is really,
Yes.
and they just keep getting better.
Yes,
So
and
Thursday
that's-
through Saturday.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, and I think you can get tickets online.
I'm
so,
sure you can.
Yeah. And then Saturday, Sousa's Prescott Center for the Arts has the British Are Coming tribute by a local group called Mischief. It is a British rock invasion.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So Bear is the main performer of that
Yeah.
group, and he has done all kinds of things locally, so I'm sure that he's very recognizable to the theater community and probably some of the music community too.
Very nice.
7 p.m. over at Sousa's. And then Tuesday at the Courthouse Plaza, the Central Arizona Concert Band is back for their
Oh.
performance at 7 p.m. And I know that's always a big draw.
Huge.
Huge.
I love it. Well, we have some live music going on this weekend as well, correct?
We do. We have, of course, live piano over at the Lobby Bar at St. Michael's, and they have happy hour specials, and they change them up every month, I think. Anyway, they do have a regular highlighted drink there, so
Okay.
you can choose from that.
Very nice.
Or
What
their
was-
menu.
What was the highlighted drink last week, Kelly Tolbert?
The highlighted drink at the Lobby Bar?
Do you remember?
Oh, it was Tequila Week,
Oh,
wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm just.
Was it Tequila Week?
Well, you know,
last week.
just
yeah,
say it with
but
authority.
I don't know if that's what they
Tequila
had.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
National
Oh, that's
Tequila
right.
Day on Thursday?
Wednesday.
Was it Wednesday?
Because when I was golfing, but I don't think it was last Wednesday. It was the
2
prior
weeks.
Wednesday. Anyway,
It's all
Yeah.
running together
it's
at this
all
point.
one big blur.
All the tequila.
That's the tequila.
That's what it does for you. And then Friday and Saturday, Funk Frequencies up at Jersey Lily.
Okay.
And then Matt's has Anthony Taylor and the Good Old Boys
Nice.
on Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, Whiskey River Tavern always having tons going on there. Friday is Flashback. And then later is Skywalker Trio. And then Saturday is Stephen Rock, Palomino, Colton Travis and Forrest, and 90 Proof. And then Sunday is our local duo, Justin and Autumn Hitson. And then over at the Windsock Lounge Friday, you can catch Sir Harrison. And then Saturday, if you don't get down to see Big Daddy D and the Dynamites at the Plaza, or what did we say we call
It's
it?
the Plaza.
Courthouse Plaza.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the plaza. Yeah.
It is. We will continue to refer to it as
Yeah,
that.
don't say square.
No.
The phones will light up.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm glad I
Oh,
got
I'm
it
saying
right.
square
Whew.
then, just for the phones to light up.
And
Look at you, you little
I'm
rebel.
a rebel.
You are.
One brain.
Little
One-
firecracker over there.
Yep.
Anyway, at the Windsock, you can catch Big Daddy D and the Dynamites on Saturday if you are looking for something fun. And then Sunday is the Blues Jam.
Okay, did you find out what Fantastic Fungi is?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is it fungi or is it fungi?
Fungi.
How do you pronounce it?
F-U-N-G-I.
Which one are you going with?
Fungi.
All right,
That's
well,
what I was leaning
fantastic.
toward.
Yes, Drew's giving me yes.
Drew is the
Can
know-all.
you- well-
Drew knows
One guy.
Yeah, okay. What is
all. I'm
it?
just asking because, I've heard it both ways. Okay, Fantastic Fungi is a 2019 documentary.
Okay,
Oh.
there you go. That's
A-
all I needed to know.
Oh
Thank you.
no!
You knew it.
No, it gets better. A descriptive time-lapse journey about the magical, mysterious, and medicinal world of fungi and their power
Fungi.
to heal. I'm going with ghee that time. to heal, sustain, and contribute to the regeneration of life on Earth that began 3.5 billion
Good enough.
years ago.
Thank you.
That
Yes,
sounds serious.
It's a documentary, and I think that would be interesting.
I think
I've
it
got a
sounds
lot
fascinating.
of fungi growing in my lawn these days
Yeah.
with all the rain.
I've got some in
Yeah,
my plants
Bubba wants
too.
to eat it, and I say, don't eat the fungi.
Do not eat the fungi.
'Cause
We
you
saw
don't
how
know.
that worked out for that guy on that one movie.
That one movie.
I
It's not recommended.
I think it would be fun to eat the mushrooms and then go to this documentary.
Well, certain mushrooms anyway.
The fun
What kind of
mushrooms.
mushrooms are you talking about?
The
Well,
fun ones.
Yes, the fun fungi.
Kelly Tolbert, thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you so
us.
much, Leza. It's
with
a highlight to be here.
your midweek weekend preview. We appreciate you. Stick around. We're going to be chatting with Albert Hendo. Goes by Hendo. He's the director of Cheaper by the Dozen. Going to be at the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Center. He's going to tell us all about it coming up here on Leza Live. So picture this. You wake up with a dental problem and suddenly your day feels super long and super painful. But wait, there's a solution. Pro Solutions Dental Group, where they offer same-day dental technology. Yeah, you heard me right. No more waiting, no more hassle, whether it's a crown or a filling or even a dental implant. Pro Solutions Dental Group uses cutting-edge techniques to get it done in just one visit. Say goodbye to multiple appointments and hello to same-day smiles. Don't let dental issues slow you down. Call the team at Pro Solutions Dental Group today and experience the future of dentistry. 928-776-1208 is their number. Reach them online at PrescottDentist.com. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Happy to welcome back into our studio Albert Hendo, also goes by just Hendo, the director of Cheaper by the Dozen out at the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Center in Prescott Valley.
Prescott Valley.
Good
yeah.
morning and welcome back.
Hey, thanks. Thanks
You're
for being
welcome.
here. I have to apologize to your listeners for my what I'm wearing because I'm leaving. I've got work clothes because I go directly from here to the theater to continue building the set.
Wonderful.
But
well,
I did splash on a little dog perfume.
Nice. I was
Yeah.
smelling a little.
Yeah,
feces.
feces. It's it's really my dog likes it.
I'm sure your dog does, definitely. Well, the lavender T-shirt is very becoming. coming.
Well, thank you.
Just FYI. Yes, you're welcome. Well, I'm glad you're here to talk about the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Center. Now, this is the one right next door to Findlay Toyota Center.
Yes, it sort of blends into it. Unfortunately, they need some signage out there. So if you know anybody that works for the city of Prescott Valley,
Right.
we need some signage.
Okay, signage
'Cause
would
they
be good.
blend in. Well, you can't see it anyway, even from Glassford Hill Road. And now they're building a 4-story hotel right next, in front of the
Yes.
Toyota Center. So
Yes, we need neon lights that flash.
I guess they can get the patrons from the hotel to come see the show.
There you go. That's a good idea. Well, people might be surprised that this is the 21st season of the Prescott Valley Performing Arts. A lot of people think it just opened and just started when the building was built.
Yeah, Clyde Neville, the founder, in his words, they were a gypsy theater. They moved from venue to venue. And then finally, they got the money and they got the donations, contributions from a lot from Home Depot, apparently.
Nice.
And they built this their forever home, and it's right there. It's a wonderful facility. I'm really having a great time. So it's my first production with them, and I was sort of. I was hedging at even taking this on because cheaper by the dozen. Well, what's that all about? Well, I saw the Steve Martin remake,
Right.
which really has absolutely nothing to do with the original material. This is actually based on a real person. It's a memory play, and it's based on a historical novel that. Two of the siblings wrote, Ernestine and Frank Jr., about Frank Gilbreth. And I'm doing background on this thing because they mentioned Pierce Arrow. You want to know what all these things are. I remember that was an old car.
Right.
Well, lo and behold, Wikipedia, there's Frank Gilbreth's name pops out. He was a aficionado of Pierce Arrows. So and I went, oh yeah. This is a real guy. This guy really did exist.
Okay.
Which is always, I don't know, to me, that always adds a little cachet
Absolutely.
to doing a show when it's based on real people. So, but, and then the other thing is all the kids. I mean, there's cheaper by the dozen. Guess how many kids
Probably
they have?
12.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Oh, you're a math whiz.
You know what? I didn't get here by just being, I don't know, funny.
So, I'd played a dad. I directed a kid or two, maybe, but not this many. And and I'm having a blast. They're
How
great.
fun.
They're real. They got so much enthusiasm, and they're very talented.
And when is the show?
Okay, the show here on my notes here.
Yes.
The show opens Friday, August 23rd. Runs for 2 weekends, so it closes September 1st, Sunday, September 1st. The Friday shows are at 7 p.m. Saturdays, there's a matinee at 2:30 and a 7 p.m. show, and then Sundays, there's a 2:30 matinee only.
Tons of fun. So how many people are in the show?
16.
16.
Yeah.
And you guys have been rehearsing since?
We've only been at it maybe 3 weeks at most, and even some of that was not full week. We'd meet, with all these moving parts.
I'm sure.
If I had, like in one case, there was a family that they had a family outing, so bang, I'm losing like a third of my cast. So it's like, okay, we won't have rehearsal tomorrow night because I can only read so many of those other parts.
Sure.
But,
any standouts that we would know of in the play?
Well, the actor who's playing the dad, Greg James, he was in 12 Angry Jurors with me at PCA, and so it was nice coming in and seeing a familiar, friendly face.
Sure.
And one of my initial castings, she had to drop out for medical reasons. Liz Rogers stepped up.
We love our Liz Rogers.
So Liz stepped in, and she's playing the school administrator.
Perfect.
She's very officious, very Martinet kind of esque, I guess.
Wonderful.
And I'm mentioning Liz. I got to tell you, because we've got a project coming up at the Elks that she's co-producing with me, and I'm directing. It's called Additional Particulars, and it'll play the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay, because we haven't gotten to November yet.
Yeah.
She comes in every month and tells us what's going on.
Yeah, so very excited about that. It'll be
Yeah.
up at the Crystal Hall, on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
And it's a tiny little stage you have there, but we don't really need much. It's a very small.
Well, if
it's
you
a
and
small cast.
if you and Liz are involved, I'm sure it's going to be a ton of fun.
It's gonna be great.
Yes.
It's
Now,
gonna be great.
how can we get tickets to Cheaper by the Dozen?
Yeah, so it's cheaper. You can go to the website.
Okay.
That's pvperformingarts.org,
Okay.
or you can call 928-515-2944.
Okay. Very
That number
good.
again,
Yes, please.
928-515-2944. Call now. Operators are standing by.
I love it.
Approved for
hired.
veterans.
Yeah, you're hired. You're hired. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Hendo. You've been in the performing arts your whole life.
Yeah, you know what? There was an article that came out in the LA Times, I think Thursday, just this past Thursday.
Yes.
About the Groundlings, because it's their 50th year. And lo and behold, the picture right there at the top of the article, it's me with Phil Hartman and a number of other
Wow.
people. And I went, oh, I didn't even remember doing that character. But yeah, so.
That's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah, been around.
Been around. Yes. And so you've been an actor. Now you're a director. You do a little bit of everything still.
Yeah, I was mostly acting and producing in L.A., but
Yeah.
also did some directing, and mostly got into directing here. When you start forgetting your lines, you
gotta.
you turn into director.
That's wonderful. Well, what brought you to this area from L.A.?
Well, actually, initially moved to Tucson. My wife was in a business too, and we just basically needed a timeout. Her mom was ill and living there in Tucson, so we moved out there, took care of her. When she passed, we decided the heat was too much.
Yeah.
Had to get out of town.
Smart
Somewhere in the
man.
meantime, while we were there, I had hooked up with some actors, and we put a show together, and we actually brought it up here. We stayed at the Hacienda. We played at the Elks in the big theater, and
You were sold.
yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm sitting at the little bar there, Midway Bar, at the Hacienda, in between the Peacock Room and the
Sure.
lobby.
Sure.
And I'm looking out the window, and all I'm seeing is torsos of people walking down the street.
Yeah.
It reminded me of San Francisco. And then it started snowing, and it was like April. Well, this is wild.
Yes.
So my wife, wanted to get out of the heat. I said, well, there's a place up north that's got the seasons. She's a California girl, so she doesn't know about that.
Right.
I'm a native Californian, which means I'm from New Jersey.
Right.
And so, I said, well, if you can handle the change of seasons, this would
That's
be
the
the
place
place
to go.
And yeah, we love
good
it.
for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. We are talking to Hendo, the director of Cheaper by the Dozen out at the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Main Street Theater.
Yeah.
And it's right there next to Findlay Toyota Center. The show is coming up in, a couple weeks, August 23rd.
A couple of weeks. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, didn't mean to freak you out there. Yeah. August
Need another
23rd
Xanax.
through September 1st. Tickets are $25. Kids 12 and under are $10. You can get those tickets online at pvperformingarts.org. More with Hendo coming up here on
All
Leza
right.
Live. Stay
Great.
with us. Welcome back. It's Leza live on the news 103.5 FM KYCA, chatting with Hendo the Great, the director of many shows, including Cheaper by the Dozen, coming up at the Prescott Valley Performing Arts Center August 23rd through September 1st. Okay, tell us a little bit about Cheaper by the Dozen. If somebody doesn't know anything about it, what's the story?
Well, the lead character, Frank Gilbreth, he's an efficiency expert, and he made a living doing this. He would travel to factories, and he would make suggestions of how they could do things more efficiently. And there's references to this throughout the play, but the interesting thing about the setup is that, like I said earlier, it's a memory play. So we have Frank Jr. and his sister Ernestine, and they're out in front of the curtain, and they're in a spotlight, and they're just talking about their dad and how it was and what all these things. I mean, he had things worked out where you could do multiplication of double-digit numbers in your head. He had little ways to work these things out. These things pop up in the show,
Yeah.
and they'd be talking about it, and then suddenly the curtain opens and they step in and they become part of the scene. So it's a fun little thing, a
Yeah.
little transitioning thing. It's very theatrical. It's fun though, and so then all these kids start. So Frank Sr., the dad, he's got a whistle. He calls assembly. They all come in. All these kids are coming from all over the place.
Yeah.
At different doors, and it's very farcical. And then they all line up, and then he's like a general inspecting the troops, you know.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Okay, well today this is what we're going to do today." And he's got a new project for them, and like the mathematics project was one of them.
Love
But yeah, it's fun, and it takes place in the 20s, the 1920s.
Yes.
And,
you
you
have
gotta
to say that.
You have to relearn it's like 100 years ago this all happened. Wow.
Wow.
So, I'm a director that likes to choose music for the specific, not only the music that's part of the show that comes when you're pay the royalties and get that, but I like to choose music during the intermission that connects directly with the material
That
you
makes
just
sense.
saw.
Yeah.
Keeps everybody still in the mood rather than just playing something generic.
Right.
And so the song that will play when we go into intermission is Helen Kane singing "I Want to Be Loved by You." Now, everyone will recognize it as Betty Boop.
Right.
Well, that's what they based the Betty Boop on.
Uh-huh.
I want to be loved by you, just you. Boop, boop, beep, doop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sorry for that.
Marilyn Monroe did it and Some Like It Hot.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, very whispery being in Maryland. But
Can you do that version, please?
I want to be loved by you, Mr. President.
Only here on Leza Live will you get that. Only here. It's amazing.
So I got Fats Wall. Oh, it's really great. Greg is very musically inclined. There's
Yeah.
a lot of musicals, and one of the things he's saying, he's given some kids some grief about. He's bought again. He's an efficiency expert.
Mm-hmm.
He decides, hey, we spend all this time in the bathrooms, so he gets Victrolas. Those were record players.
Yes.
Oh, record. But those were before
What's a
CDs.
record?
Oh, wait.
No.
Those are before MP3s. Okay, now you're with me? Okay. So he'd get Victrolas with language lessons for them to play French for the girls, German for the boys in their bathrooms while
That's
they're
hilarious.
bathing, and and he
Smart.
says, so you said you'll just absorb it,
Yeah.
And
The,
so
the Daily Do.
so he starts going, hey, how about playing, da da da. He in the script just da 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 da.
Yeah.
And he started doing In the Mood, and I go, that's a nice tune, but it's about 15 years too early.
Too early. I love it. Hendo, thank you for coming in to talk about Cheaper by the Dozen. We appreciate
my pleasure,
you.
My pleasure.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.